Okay, so this little video is just on speed and velocity and what they are and how we can calculate them. So when we talk about speed, we're always talking about how fast something is going. And when I ask students to define speed to me, they're like, well, how fast it is, it's how far it went and how quickly it went. And that's essentially all it is, okay? It is distance, how far we've gone and how quick we did it. So speed is equal to distance divided by time. Now, obviously, if we're looking at this, we could talk about instantaneous speed versus average speed. And if we're looking at a journey, the speed maybe changes over time. So really what I'm calculating here is actually the average speed, and that would be the total distance over the total time. Okay, so in this case, average speed is equal to total distance divided by the total time, but we just shorten it and say speed is equal to distance divided by time. Now, when we do this in kind of school, we are always expecting our speed, okay, to be measured in meters per second. Okay, so that's m/s, meters divided by seconds. All right, I tend to write mine as ms to the -1, just because that's the diploma notation. So ms to the -1 is just meters per second at diploma level. This is more the middle school MYP level of doing it, but they mean exactly the same thing. Okay, so if I want speed, I always want my speed to be given in meters per second. The other one is distance. So my distances in this equation, I should always make sure that my distances are in meters. Okay, and then my time, okay, and this one's you have to really watch out for. Your time should be in seconds. So I don't really like the triangle, but I have drawn it down. So speed is distance divided by time. So if I wanted to work out time, okay, time would be equal to the distance divided by the speed. And if I wanted to work out the distance, okay, that's going to be my speed multiplied by my time. Okay, so we've got an example question here. So it says, how far did a car go if it was traveling at 25 meters per second for 1 hour? So in this case, I'm going to look at my equation and I'm going to select which equation I'm using. So if this one, I'm just going to change the color of pen. I'm going to be using distance because I want to know how far it's gone. So distance is speed times my time. Okay, I'm then going to plug in my values. So my speed is 25 meters per second. Multiplied my time, which is 1 hour. At this point, I'm looking at my units and I think, wait a moment, time isn't supposed to be in hours, it's supposed to be in seconds. Okay, so I look at hours to go to seconds. Okay, so we times it by 60 to go into minutes and times it by 60 again to go into seconds. So I'm going to do 1 times 60 times 60. So that's actually 3,600. Okay, so that's going to be 25 meters per second times 3,600 seconds. Okay, if I plug that into my calculator, that gives me 90,000, okay, 90,000 meters. Okay, 90,000 meters is also the same as saying 90 kilometers. All right, so check what the answers should be given. If they don't tell you, give your answer in meters. Okay, and again, underline your answer to make it really clear for your teacher so that they can see what your final answer is. Okay, just to be really careful because we have said about speed. So speed is distance divided by time. If I was doing velocity, it's exactly the same equation. Remember, velocity is our vector version of speed. Okay, so instead of using distance, I actually use displacement. Okay, so velocity is displacement over time. And if I was writing that again as a triangle, okay, we would be doing at the top our displacement. Displacement is represented by the symbol of S. Velocity, we can use V. And time, again, giving it into T. Velocity is the same for its units. So velocity is in meters per second. Okay, if you want to do diploma, ms to the -1. Oh, sorry, I just realised you can't see that. Our displacement, okay, is given to be in meters, and time is also given in seconds. So be really careful because our speed equation, are they asking you to calculate the speed or are they asking you to calculate the velocity? Okay, so be looking at that in there. Have they given you displacement or distance? Okay, to be able to solve those problems.